It's almost natural to underestimate at the beginning of an industry its possibilities.
There's going to be something that comes along changing potentially everything.
I always imagined I would be in a role that gave me the freedom to make people's lives better. DJI gives me the opportunity to do that.
We're at the forefront of robotics, especially aerial imaging, filmmaking, aerial photography,
Mining to sports broadcasting.
Agriculture, search and rescue.
What we do every day hasn't been done before.
Aerial robotics is like a new internet, a new infrastructure and a new ecosystem.
I love this job because the products and innovation we work with actually will have an impact on people's lives in the future.
I'm able to wake up every day and say that I'm proud of what I'm doing. What's so great about DJI is if you have an interest in any project and you can prove that it's viable, you have the freedom to run with it and you build it from the ground up. Being part of a team of people I connect with and trust and work with. It's like we're a team of pioneers.
The people at DJI have harnessed a new way of seeing the world around us. That's why I'm in love with these banners. I was with NASA at the height of the moon program from Apollo 1 through Apollo 12. We were all dreamers. We were all inspired to do the impossible, but only for those who have the courage to see with a different perspective. Hit a little button and it revs the props and takes off.
I've seen humpback whales in the Cook Islands, the ruins in Chernobyl, and also helped with disaster relief in Nepal. We partnered with the creators of BattleBots on ABC. With the DJI Inspire 1, we'd get shots up close in the arena. We wouldn't have normally been able to get those shots because it would be too dangerous for the camera crew.
The technology that's in DJI drones is far beyond what I've seen in just about any of the other drone companies.
Potential for what can happen with this technology is incredible. And I think the minds that are going to start coming to the table to come up with innovative ideas are going to blow us away.
I remember the first time that Steve Jobs telling me with great confidence that Apple was going to sell $10 billion worth of computers a year. We're looking for people who are so convinced that their product and the products that they imagine are going to change the way of life for lots of people. And they have great purpose and determination about them with DJI. That's where we want to invest.
Our goal is to introduce our products to people who haven't been exposed to them before and show them how we can positively impact the world. These archaeologists are using the Inspire to look into archaeological ruins that would otherwise not be explored.
DJI co-founded a nonprofit called DAPS, which is Drone Advocates for Public Safety, and how drones are being used to revolutionize first responders in search and rescue, essentially save lives and make the search and rescue process more efficient. And these are the niches that I'm able to identify on my own here and have the freedom to pursue.
I see this world today full of promise, full of exciting things on the horizon.
With DJI, there is nothing more infectious than being in the leading company in a brand new industry that's exploding in possibilities.
The future of possible is exactly where we're at. The future of possible is today.
Good evening, everybody. It's a big pleasure to be present here today. I'm really grateful for the guys here who are the founders of Drone Society, the Imperial. I'm really grateful for Professor Mirko, who I had a pleasure to meet earlier in 2016, and who have invited us, myself, to this event. DJI is pleased to be collaborating with such societies, and we could speak how we became a drone industry leader and why UAVs. So in this picture you see the Frank Wang, who is the founder of DJI. He's an engineer himself, and he used to study at the Hong Kong Technology University, and he was always passionate about drones. about flying robots. But he would always fail to keep them hover in the air. They would just fall down. And then he came up with an idea to build a flight controller that would keep the drone or a helicopter stable in the air. So DJI started not as a drone company, but as a flight controller company. And within the first couple of years, we were just producing flight controllers. And then we realized that there is a huge potential for ready-to-use built-in systems. That's why we entered the market with the first quite well-known Phantom series drones. And the first challenge, let me run you through like a prehistory about the DJI. So the first challenges that we had was always the battery time and the battery life. How long can you fly? The second challenge was always how you get the better transmission to your controller, how you can smoothly see the video transmitting from your drone. So this is where the light bridge came in. Then, when we put our first Phantoms, we saw that, okay, the footage was very shaky and it was basically useless. This is how we started producing drones that have 3-axis stabilized cameras with which you can get quite smooth footage. Then, our community, our users who were using DJI drones for professional photography and cinematography, they were very demanding and challenging us. And that's why we introduced Inspire 1, which was the first built-in drone with a 4K camera for professional use. And of course, demanding regulations and also, since safety is a key for within the drone industry, we also started putting more R&D efforts into the sensor redundancy. And this is how we came up also with the obstacle avoidance systems built in our systems, also battery redundancy, sensor redundancy, GPS RTK, and similar. And Phantom 4 basically introduced all those things into one piece. And here we have the Phantom 4, for example, which has also obstacle avoidance, which has a flight time of up to 30 minutes, which has a camera that can shoot 4K, different intelligent flight modes. This is a ready-to-use and built-in drone. And here we go even into the smaller mode. And this year we have produced the first foldable, the smallest drone to date, which is the most intelligent flight platform so far that DJI has produced. So this was the progress so far to date. A little bit about me, how I came into the drone industry. So I was doing my master's degree in Budapest at the Central European University, and I had never done an engineering degree. I was doing public policy and public administration. But I had a professor who thought that drones could be used in order to estimate a crowd size. So we bought a drone and we started doing some research on how to better use the aerial footage in order to estimate the number of people in a crowd. And this is how we started collaborating with some local NGOs, and this is how I got interested in drones per se. After I finished my degree, I started looking for some job, and I was really keen to do something within drones because I really thought that it's a really potential, this is the industry that has very big potential. And this is how I ended up working for DJI, and currently I'm responsible for research, education, and cooperation, as well as public and non-profit verticals. So why we think ourselves, why DJI considers itself as the industry leader. So if we look at some numbers here, we occupy 70% of the global drone market, meaning that 7 out of 10 drones, more or less, they are the drone platforms. A quick question, who has flown a drone? That's quite a lot. Who has flown a DJI drone? Yeah, like 60–70%. So, and the second question, so has anybody seen a Narcos TV show on Netflix? Yeah, quite a few. So what made us really famous is the aerial photography, because the aerial shots that you have been seeing on Netflix, they have been shot on Inspire 1. So this is what made us really famous. But let's take a step further. If you look at the commercial market in the US, for example, they need to register, if you want to do the commercial applications, you need to register with FAA, meaning you need to get certified. And 12 out of 20 platforms there certified with FAA are DJI platforms, which shows that our platforms not only have a potential for aerial photography and cinematography, but also for commercial applications. So DJI within the last 10 years grew up into a multinational company. From 2006, with a team of 20 people, we grew up into a global team with 5,000 people in 2016 and reaching probably 6,000 in 2017. It's a very young, dynamic team. DJI puts a lot of focus on R&D. It's very R&D intensive organization. We have all of our R&D, most of our R&D operations happening in Shenzhen, which is our HQ in China. Shenzhen is considered to be the Silicon Valley of China. What is even more important about DJI and why DJI employees and all people who are really passionate about the company say is that DJI is an apple of drones. And DJI has started changing the perception of made in China. DJI has started producing high-quality aerial platforms that are now considered to be high-quality product from China. And that's why a lot of communities, a lot of people that I'm meeting, the people coming from China or surrounding Asian countries, they are really proud about this brand. So to sum up, what really makes us the leader in the hardware technology, I think there are three pillars. First of all is the ease of use. You can take it simply off the shelf and out of the box and you can fly it. It doesn't take any more effort. Accessibility. So any other drone now these days can bring you to the places that they're out of reach once. And also affordability, which is a very important factor if you want to do commercial applications or if you want to fly as a hobby. So what is the key topic? The key topic is that we are used to hear about next big things in our society. So Uber used to be a big thing, let's say maybe 3 years ago. Facebook used to be a big thing in 2017, the next big thing. Why do I claim that drones are already a big thing? So let's look at the list of industrial applications, and it's not a definite list of applications. Let's take a step further. As I've already mentioned, photo and film category has already been leading the whole use of drones. But let's look at those other 4 categories that really make substantial amount of drone applications within the whole industry, including agriculture, utilities, energy, infrastructure, construction, and real estate. As Mirko has already mentioned, there has been a lot of happening within the while venture capitalists have been investing in drone ecosystem. And hardware is not interesting for them anymore. What is really interesting for them is the software and the applications and the solutions that you can make particular businesses more effective, that you can make particular processes more effective. So, very simple example. Deloitte has made a research and they found out that if you do the inspection of a wind turbine manually, the old style, you can do 2 to 5 turbines a day. If you fly a drone without any advanced software, you can make 10 to 12 turbines a day, which is automatically 5 times more. And if you apply an advanced software which does it automatically, you could do even 15 to 20 wind turbines a day. So if you compare the initial figures and the figures with the automated drone flight inspecting wind turbines, you could see big potential and big cost effectiveness. So we have been seeing people using our platforms in a range of industries. So utility companies inspecting electricity lines. Big insurance company is using drones in order to mitigate and inspect the damages of major earthquakes and storms. Mobile network providers also inspecting their cell phone towers. Big media conglomerates like CNN or BBC also using drones to broadcast and to capture media. So the key question is, how do we improve the following? Because we are used to see particular tasks being performed in a very old-fashioned way. For example, building inspections, they're usually manual. Plant inspections, you need to take a farmer, go through the field and collect the samples of the plants, etc. Search and rescue, they always require a lot of people involvement. They require a lot of volunteers going into the field. Mapping, surveying in some remote areas like Nepal that we did a project on. They do it the old way also. Energy monitoring. If you have solar panels to inspect, people have been using regular thermal cameras but inspecting solar panel by solar panel, one by one. Firefighting, simply sending the firefighter into the fire to get the situational awareness. And finally, media, using helicopters and using quite heavy rigs. And this is where the drones come in, because they can make it more efficient. So if you look at the agriculture, we can collect data in a much faster way. But we can also involve drones into the execution, because drones can bring the fertilizers to your field. This is how the unit of analysis looks like in precision agriculture if you do it with a drone. Energy. You can do the inspection of wind turbines, solar panels, power lines, oil and gas platforms. Everything where you can remove the human error and human from the chain. You can prevent from loss of lives. Public safety. This is another very important topic or area which has been using drones. So firefighters, search and rescue. Also public security. Infrastructure. Builders and construction companies have heavily been using drones in order to monitor the construction sites for safety reasons, but also to make their management processes more efficient. And finally, creative industries. No need to mention film, photography, TV. So this is also not a definite list of partners, but these are the major companies that have already trusted into the drone technology and that have already started using drone technology for their daily tasks. And how does it look like? To put it very simply. So pretty much any UAV can be equipped with a sensor. And with the sensor you can perform the first phase, which is a data capture. The data processing can be done on board or on cloud, doesn't matter. What is becoming even more important is the execution. And as Professor Mirko has already showcased, they have been working on different drone platforms in order to build. So we, for example, have a platform which can already spray. I have already been seeing some platforms that can wash the walls or do some other crazy stuff. So DJI is not only the hardware producer, but we consider ourselves as an enabler. Because we give some parts of software in the hands of programmers, engineers, who can then exploit the platforms to their own needs. So these include Ground Station Pro, which help you automate the missions, but we also provide with the software development kit. And this is how the whole ecosystem looks like, which has a huge potential, and especially when it comes to data processing and data execution. There is a lot of things happening, there is a lot of investment happening, especially in the data processing phase, where we have major drone software companies like Pix4D, Drone Deploy, Precision Hawk, and many others. So one of the potential areas of collaboration, obviously, is the collaboration in terms of software development kit. And anybody's startup can be among those companies that have already received a big recognition from industry. And to finalize, what are the avenues for you as a students, as a researchers, to interact with DJI? So, firstly mentioned software development kit. Secondly, research cooperation. We have already experience with cooperating with some research institutions in China, in Europe, and also in the US. Software development developer challenge. So last year, in 2016, the SDK challenge main task was to build a platform based on an M100 platform, which can take off and land on the moving vehicle, which was purely built for search and rescue operations. So there is another challenge coming up this year. RoboMasters, which is not only about the aerial robots, but it's also about robots on the ground. It's how you can build a autonomous, smart robot. And RoboMasters is one of the biggest engineering competitions in China currently, but they really want to expand into other continents, including Western Europe. SkyFund, which is also very important. Our investors, Axel Partners, as well as DJI, has co-founded the SkyFund, which is the venture capital fund which aims at investing into the drone ecosystem, into new startups. We have also DJI Student Ambassador Program, which is aimed at engineering students and tech students who can help their local communities when it comes to the use of drones, to educate them, to help them with the data acquisition campaigns. And obviously employment opportunities, as in any other industry company. We have quite a few opportunities either in Europe or in R&D and HQ. And yeah, feel free to drop by me after the event. I can give you more information. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, we'll be showing some flight experience afterwards. Thank you very much.